So how messy is your kitchen? Are you ready for the holidays? The new year is starting soon. Are you going to get a fresh start to your way you organize things? Well, today I'm going to show you some great tips and tricks on how I keep my kitchen organized. This is Tricia Farin and you're watching Keeping the Real in Real Estate. I'd like to start off showing you how I've gone about organizing my appliances. Now, I'm lucky to have an appliance garage, but even if you don't, you can find great ways of organizing those pieces of equipment that you use in your kitchen only sporadically throughout the year. Now, one thing that makes this easy is I have pull-out drawers. So I keep all the components of each item, whether it's a blender or whether it's a food processor, together, so I'm not going crazy looking for all the parts or wondering what's this part for and putting it with the wrong equipment. Heavier pieces, I keep at the bottom so I'm not trying to hoist something from top. But the things that I use most often, which is my Instant Pot and my air fryer, I have right handy for me to pick up giant pieces of equipment that I could put on the counter, use, clean, and set right back. Then I get to close the doors, mess averted. I also absolutely love baskets. I've come to learn that I really do like things to be in order, but not everybody that I live with in my family can maintain the order systems that I put in place. So baskets do a great job at that. So for instance, in this cabinet, those items that I use most often, which are measuring cups, measuring spoons, other measuring components, light things, I pop right in here and I can easily just put it. These are little dishes and bowls that are great for serving when I'm entertaining, but nothing that I need all the time. I open this cabinet, it's pretty, it's clean, it's neat, and it's easy for anybody else to manage because they just need to dump it right in. Mess gone. As the cook, having the right ingredients for whatever I'm making is absolutely paramount. But as time goes by, I buy more spices or my spice blends, and I never actually know what I have. So when I go to cook, there's nothing more frustrating when I find out I have hardly any dill left and 3 paprikas. So I was getting annoyed with that. So I organized my spice rack in a way that makes me so happy every time I cook. All the spices I use right away is in this very handy contraption that comes out. Now, I'm a little OCD, so I have everything alphabetized, but it's so easy. I know the items that I use all the time, I have bigger containers of, and I can just grab them, use them, pop them right back. I'm not going crazy finding things. I'm also not wasting space by having multiples of things. Love this. It gives me a little bit of space on the side, so any of the other items that I use all the time, I can just grab. This is my everyday. Then there's nothing like a lazy Susan. I can put all the specialty spices, the spice blends, extras that I have on things. I mean, I have a garden. I make my own herbs. I dry them. I put them in a mix. This is fantastic. I can just keep it right in here and I can reach it without getting on a step stool. Salt, peppers. Then when I go on vacation, I just love getting spice packets. But I stick them in a bag, I toss them all the way up there, and I forget I have them. So instead of having it some weird bag up there that doesn't look appealing at all to touch, I now have them in a basket. I can simply bring the basket down and look at all the packets that I have, and boom, it gets to be put back away for the next time that I need something. My other basket is for empty spice jars, so if I come up with a new spice blend, I have a contraption that I could put it in and then put it with my regular stash. Now I want to show you the place in my kitchen that makes me the happiest, my pantry. Let's go take a look. So I'm lucky enough to have a walk-in pantry, and I gotta say, it helps so much to keep everything organized. But the more space you have, the more propensity for mess, and for years, things would just be thrown in the pantry. And oh my gosh, if you go to Costco, any sense of order that you have just goes by the wayside because there's just no space and people just keep throwing things in. And I open the cabinet and I'm like, I don't know what we even have. And it's so frustrating to me to not know because it makes it difficult to plan. So again, I organized my pantry in a way that not only suits my craziness, but the laziness of my family. Shh, don't tell them I said that. So again, baskets are the solution to all problems. These are great. They're small enough that you can fill, and they're not too heavy, but they have a cardboard bottom and sides so they can hold up some things that are heavier in here. Like in our sweet snacks, fruit cups, cookies, banana bites, okay, you name it. The rule is if it doesn't fit in the designated basket, we've bought too much and we need to eat what's in here before we buy more. I have a basket that covers salty snacks, baking goods, pasta, dog stuff, coffee things. I tried to categorize it by big enough groups that make sense for the way we live and the things that we consume, and it's been working very nicely. In addition, I have canisters for dry goods, flour, sugar, cornstarch, polenta, rice, those items that can either spill in an open container if somebody didn't close it correct, or that you could get confused between them because now you have how many different kinds of flour and how many different kinds of rice. So everything's labeled with a removable chalk that you could put on the actual label. So like this is sugar in the raw. Most likely when we go through this, I'm probably not going to get more sugar in the raw because we don't use this often. But if I need to put something else in here, I can just erase this and put something else. So this is very flexible to make changes and to accommodate wherever your needs are at that moment. We also have medicines. Like I have a box for first aid and I have a box for cold and pain. Even though I don't have little kids here, there's always a chance that relatives can come. So I keep all medicines high up, away from little hands and feet that can get into trouble. On the bottom, I have shelves which hold Ziploc bags, aluminum foil, beverages, paper plates, those things that would never be accommodated in a basket, but need to have some form of placement so that it's easy to grab and easy to see what is running low. Because how many times you go, you need 3 bags and you look, oh my gosh, there's only 1, and now you're stuck. So here, I know how many kinds of sizes of Ziploc bags I have. I know how many napkins I have, and I know how many paper plates I have. So when you're doing a shopping, this is far more effective because I'm not overbuying and I'm not running low on supplies. And then there's still plenty of space on the floor. So if you have an odd shaped item or something that's temporary, you can just put it there and it's not going to affect the order. I also, again, use Lazy Susans to showcase canned goods, on oils, various products that are, again, weird shaped or kind of heavy and wouldn't work so much for a box or a bin. Like I can just spin it around and I know I have 2 cans of beans, I have tuna fish, I have whatever it is that I'm planning for the week. I literally just come in here, I take note of what I have and I make my list. I can't express how many fights have now not happened because my pantry is organized and makes sense, not just for me, but for everybody in the house. Now I'm going to show you some other smaller things that we've done that are pretty effective and organized to, again, this one, it doesn't necessarily stop the fights, but it stops the, where's the wooden spoon, or do we have a carving knife? You know, silly questions that you get all the time. Now, there's no reason why these questions should come up because I have a system. Let me show you. So I have pretty decent sized drawers because my island is big. But again, when you have a lot of space, it means it becomes a place where people just dump things in, and finding small tools like a potato peeler or something, a carving knife that's small, you end up having to take everything out just to find this item. That was driving me crazy. So I got drawer dividers, and these are actually individual ones that you can crush down and open so that they stay within an area. So if you need a wider one, you could do it, or if you need it to be skinny, you could do it. But now, if you need a wood spoon, you're here. If you need a carving knife, you're here. So if you can't find it, we have to have a different discussion. I also have other things that I've done to keep those messy things that are always an issue, like pot covers. This is actually a sorter that I had for work that was for files that I was able to put into the drawer, and all my glass covers just fit nicely in here. They don't slide, they don't clank, they also don't break. So this is a really great way of organizing the covers for all my casserole dishes. For Tupperware, come on ladies, you know the Tupperware area is the worst because things don't necessarily fit on top of each other and the covers everywhere. So again, I found a great way to organize it. I got some more of the baskets and I was able to just put the covers in and then sort by size all the different food storage containers that I have. So it's so easy not only to figure out what I need when I'm storing food, but when we're putting dishes away, they just slide into their designated area, done. It takes a lot less time. It's not just for drawers and cabinets that I have for organization components. The other area that used to drive me crazy was underneath the sink. It's where we keep our garbage bags, where we keep our soaps and things that we need for the kitchen, and it's always messy. I don't understand how it's always messy, but it's always messy. So I found on Amazon these great containers that have wide bases and smaller tops that store your sponges or smaller cleaning devices, and then all the things that you can use to clean, sprays and soaps and whatnot, leaving the center area open for our bags for the garbage bags. Perfect. As you know, I have dogs, and dogs tend to get into the garbage. So one of the more wonderful things that we have is just garbage containers that live inside of the cabinet. They're built within a container system that keeps the garbage pails in here. We have one for recycling and one for garbage. It diverts smell, spills, animals getting into it, and a clean look, so you never have a garbage pail sticking out. So these are all the things that I've done to my kitchen to keep me a little bit more organized. But I have two more things that I want to show you that I just love, and it makes me happy to see these things when I open cabinets and they're clean, and my family doesn't mind monitoring them. So the first thing I'm going to show you is a coat closet. Take a look. So the coat closet normally is not terrible, sometimes a little overstuffed, but for the most part organized. It's not the coats that are the problem, it's the scarves and gloves and boots and all the extra things that get thrown into the closet. So I came up with a system that works beautifully. So nice to keep the coats, but I got all the same kind of hanger, so the coats that were heavy actually hang well because they're wood hangers and they're strong, so you don't have the bending or the twisting, and that makes at least the aesthetics of this nice. But I also got a drawer system, and I'm telling you, these things are cheap on Amazon. I think I paid like $20 for this, and it has shelves and drawers which you can hide scarves, gloves, hats, whatever in, and all the 50,000 bags that we get going to the supermarket. I just fold them up, pop them in here, and boom. Those used to live all here, and you would open the cabinet and everything would fall. It would drive me crazy. But now it's kept really neat. This one also happens to have netting on the side, so if there's something like, I don't know, a golf glove that you don't want buried in with all your winter gloves, you can put it on the side, earmuffs, whatever it is that you want in your closet that doesn't need to be accessed all the time but should be readily available when needed. This unit is perfect, and you can get multiple of them. They have them where you have 2 drawers and then another rod, so if you need more hanger space, there's a ton of different options for you. I was contemplating getting some more bins for the top, but I realized I've organized everything and thrown out so much, I didn't have anything to put in the bins. So I guess we're going to kind of leave that be, unless he starts buying stuff and we need to store it. But otherwise, this has been working super great. It stays neat, and you can find everything that you want. There's one more thing I want to show you. So the last thing I want to show you is the linen closet. This is the bane of my existence. It had so much stuff in there that I never even wanted to open the door. I didn't know what to expect when I would, because half of the things would fall out. And I didn't know if what I was looking for I would even actually find, because I didn't know if I still had it. So one day I got really annoyed. I took everything out of it, categorized it, and realized that half of what was in this closet I didn't even need anymore. So for the stuff that I did have, again, bins are my way. This is what I did. So I have bins for blankets. I have bins for large blankets. I have bins for towels, every kind of towel, curtains and hand towels and things that I know I'll need one day, but I don't need every day. And even a bin that is not even full. I can actually buy more stuff. And there's space on the sides. I have space for pillows. My linen closet has never been nicer. This doesn't make me angry anymore. Now when I go to find something, I know, oh, I need a towel. I just need to zip this, grab the towel, wash it, put it away, pop it in. Oh, I need to get a whole bunch. I could take the whole bin out. It has handles. And because it has plastic in the front, I can see what it is and I don't have to label it. So this has also been just a fantastic way of organizing my linen closet, which I no longer hate. I hope these tips have been helpful for you. I know that I'm a little on the crazy side of wanting things organized, but the reality is that we all have that space in our house which either is messier than we want or we don't even know what's in it. And just about all the things that I use are inexpensive things I found on Amazon or that I had in the house already and was able to reuse it for something that I wasn't using it for before. So I hope you have a wonderful time organizing your closets. I'd love to see pictures, and enjoy the rest of the year and start your new year off organized. Thank you so much for watching Keeping the Real in Real Estate. Until next time.